This is a lighting thing. So, coming in from Amazon and coming in from FalconEyes, this is the Pockelite, yes, we'll go with that, F7 Mini RGB LED light. It's a little tiny lighting system that you use when on the go, and it's supported by Android and iOS. Retails for around about £42, although I think I saw it on Amazon for 70, which is a bit much. But it's a good looking chuck it in your bag and light on the go type of lighting system. Yeah. Okay, so on the back it says it's the LED light. Output is 5 watts. Color temperatures is 25K to 9000K. CRI is 96, and the lux is 0.3 meters. It charges by USB Type-C, and it's got a battery capacity of 2600 milliamp hours, and it weighs about 132 grams. So I've taken a look at a couple of these sorts of things in the past, but I don't think one this size or designed for mobility so much. Obviously it's quality cert there, which is kind of reassuring, I suppose. We have some instructions that are not in English. Yes, they are. They're in English and an Asian dialect of some description. Then we have our LED light here, which we'll come back to in a second. And my favourite part, all the little bits and pieces. Ooh, isn't that nice? So we have our carabiner on the back, which is aluminium, quite light. A decent sewing effort on the back here to keep that secured. It does look like it'll survive quite a few knocks. In here we have nothing, but I'm guessing that's where the light goes. Yes. And then in the front we have things. Oops. That's it all. But if anything, it's nice for the bag. We have a rubberized case for it, which has a honeycomb build to it, and obviously gaps for all the ports and things around the side. We have another rubberized one as well, which is white and not quite so honeycomb-esque, but useful. Ooh. That I did not expect. We have a little tiny stand for the light itself, which is adjustable at both ends, so you can do that with it, and then obviously you can spin it around like that. And yeah, it's made out of metal, which is kind of nice. All bits of this are metal, and there's a little bit of rubber in there as well for gaining some traction and screwing in and tightening. That's metal too. Well, that's plastic in the center, but that's all right. Yeah, this is actually a little higher quality than I expected. It's good looking. So obviously this goes on top of your camera or your support, your selfie stick or whatever you happen to be using that supports it, and the light itself attaches to the top. Then we have there's a QR code for anyone who needs it. If you need to get information out of their website or something like that and have lost it. Yep, it's a decent enough USB Type-C cable. Good call. And we'll come back to those when we get the light up and running. So the light. Those are magnets. So you can attach it to something metal if needed. Around here we have our, well, I suppose we'll turn it on and experience it. And you have to excuse that. Oh, we have an LCD on the top. which displays our color temperatures across here. I imagine we're going to have to go to the manual to be able to work it out. Everything is nicely covered in protective film, which they're recommending you remove before you use, so it doesn't melt, because whilst these are LEDs, they still generate a little bit of heat. Ooh. Okay, and obviously that goes into the screw thread there. We have written on the back that there's 2800 milliamp hour battery inside it, and the battery is 3.7 volts. Turning her on. Right, so it's not coming on to dazzle, right, so we'll have to click to change the color, right, so we turn up our red base like so. It's looking a bit orange on the LCD. We'll take it down to there, press it again, we'll be able to put in some yellow, and then there we'll put in some blue as well, and that's what we end up with when we mix those three colors. So make the red more intense, we get more of a pinky color, add more of the yellow, and we're coming through to white, but we'll take it down a wee bit. Then add in the green, and we should start turning a bit purpley. If we take this all the way down, and we're getting toward a pinky color. So yeah, if you know your color codes, then I guess you'll be able to work out your own intensity, and then if you find something that suits you, you can write down the color codes and be able to light the same way every single time. Wow. Okay, so then hitting the power button again takes you across to the next bunch of settings, and here we're able to increase or decrease the power. Obviously that'll have a bit of an effect on the battery life, which is obvious. And clicking it again, we've got G32 E65R. So these are some settings that are already put in. Clicking it again, we've got the ID, and that is our lamp Bluetooth ID. So we can change that if we need, or well, display it and then connect to your phone or whatever via Bluetooth, and then reset the Bluetooth settings, which is simple. And this is our color temperature mode, where we can up our color temperature considerably. Wow, 9000K at 70%. That's where it stops, because any more than that and we'll be lighting up the moon. We'll take it down a wee bit. Actually, we'll just take it down to the bottom. And then if we press it again, we have the different effects, which is always useful. The first one is a police car. That is breathing white. It looks a bit yellow to me, actually. That's showing a triangle here, but it's not actually showing us in the manual what that actually pertains to, what that actually indicates. There is no, oh no, there is. Ah, double flash. Wow, okay. So this is a low high beam bulb. It's kind of funky. And then a rave. And paparazzi, which is random flashes, much like you'd get outside Dominic Cummings' house. Okay, and then go back to manually setting what you want. I'm really impressed. For 40 quid, this is really quite nice. They've put together a really cool little package here. And that's it now charging, so The battery's actually showing us full, I believe. I'm going to be using this quite a bit. There's holes around the back here for ventilation as well, because I imagine this does heat up. Whilst I haven't used it very much, it's warmer than it was when it came out of the box, that's for sure. And there's just a number of different things that they've done with this that make it actually better than some of the more expensive versions that I've looked at in the past. Given that it's flexible and you can put anything you like in there. They provide you with one. And then these little metal ones, which are really nice. They're actually a wee bit recessed. It's really handy to have some magnets, so you can just throw it up against anything that's metal and light whatever it is you're using. Okay, so we'll take a little bit of time here and we'll just sort of set a few things up. See how well they work. Now, I might want to put the diffusers on just to... No, you have to take it off the tripod obviously first before we can do that. We'll go with the honeycomb first. We'll not bother with the magic arm just now. We'll just go with this because the magic arm would mean that it's probably positioned way up out of the shot. Obviously this goes over the front as well to diffuse. I suppose you could use them all together if you really wanted to, but I quite like this idea. I haven't really used honeycomb before. I don't have a honeycomb case for any of my other lights, so we'll have a quick go with this. I'm going to see if we can operate it. I don't really like using the LCD. It's fine in a flash, but okay. And we will get the app. And there you can grab it as well. It's the Desal light, it's called. And having a quick check here, we'll hit install. It's had 100 plus downloads. No reviews yet, but there are some screenshots of what to expect and what we can do. So we'll have a play around with that and see what it actually does. Turn down the lights to get the party going. Right. So we're looking for some red, we're looking for a bit of blue, we're looking across to the green, we're going into the white, we're going up to the yellow, we're going down to the blue, and playing around with that. Tells us at the top here, some of the specifics about how we're adjusting the colours just so easily. It's so much easier than using what's on the side. That's obviously it's useful still to have it on the side in the event that your phone is dead or you've forgotten to bring it with you. We can go for some preset temperatures without having to jump through these different menus and mess around with all the colors that way as well. We can set the scene. We could have lightning. And then a candle burning lightly in the corner. We can mess around with that. We can turn up the intensity of the light and turn it down as well, way down, so that it's distant. We can have far away lights. Let's go for the police arriving. There we go. It's kind of nice. Fire truck and ambulance. We could have a party. It's party 2, and then there's party 1 as well. And music. Right, okay. So the app allows you to tune into some of the tunes that you have on your phone. So if we go for the Samsung tune, and being the idiot that I am, I pressed the button and hit play and didn't hear anything coming out and thought, oh, I must be connected to a Bluetooth speaker, and turned off Bluetooth. Yes. Right, I picked a nice brown from a cardboard box. And took a picture of the scene that's being created. Right. So there's a picture of a funny truck with Jar Jar Clinks written on it. And what I do is there's a little circle here. I move the circle around and it uses it like an ink dot. So if I move up to this purple up here, I might be able to get, well, it's a bit limited. There's green down in the bottom right hand corner here, so I'm going to use that green. And there we have a replication of the green that it's seen. What a handy little tool to be able to replicate the colours that you have seen. I'm going to use this for the next couple of videos and see how they do, because I'm quite interested to see how well it manages it. And it would be a nice idea for perhaps even just a Zoom call, being able to set it on a small tripod opposite you and be able to softly light your face. You could pick your colour and things like that. Yeah, there's a lot of options for something this small, and at 40 quid, that's a bit of a bargain, I have to say. I really like this. It's a nice little device. I'm chuffed to have one now. I can get rid of my more expensive, bigger version that I don't think came with as nice a case. That you can, well, actually you can't throw this on your belt. You have to attach it via carabiner to something. But yeah, top stuff. Very simple, very elegant, and feature packed, and a nice array of accessories with it. Good stuff. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments box down below. Hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. And remember to tune into the Tech Addicts podcast and to talk sport on a Wednesday morning for Inspect Your Gadget. And other than that, take care.